There we go. Ma Mayang buntag, mayang hapon, mayang gabi, no matter where you are in the world. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm running late. Bear with me, please.
Let me check if it's has a volume.
Are you going to check real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually going to try and check real quick to see whether or not I actually had volume again today.
Do you have 100 there?
I do.
Because I need to ask Kuya Ryan to buy water.
That,
Sorry.
no worries. Where's the camera here? There we go. Yeah, Cindy actually checks these things for me.
Okay. You get this.
And she gives me a comment right away so that I know whether or not I've actually turned everything on. And hey, I have comments today even too. Very cool. And she gives me a comment right away.
Okay. Love you.
So, we got a rich Filipina, so she's happy.
I need to buy water.
Love you.
Love you.
That,
Don't forget your American phone. Sige.
yeah, I need to grab my, yeah, I've got a lot of crap that I'm taking today too.
Your bag.
I
I don't mean to laugh at you.
don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm wearing a backpack because that's where the drone is. And then, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm wearing a backpack. I've got my actual shoulder bag that I'm going to be using, as well as sunglasses. So
Okay.
I got way too much stuff to carry today. Here, hold this for a second. I hate running behind schedule. That I play heck, and it is murder for me to get caught up and back on track. Yeah, come on with me. But,
Okay, I need to get water.
yeah, because the Filipino thing.
Leave your
toys take off
shoes.
Your shoes.
Your shoes.
So I have indoor shoes and outdoor shoes, aka Kano slippers.
AKA Carlos Libre. We have a prenatal checkup today too, so.
Yes. And so Cindy's actually been really cool and understanding and helping me a lot get moving.
Ambi.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
I think I have everything. I hope I have everything. And to be bluntly honest, at this point, if I don't, it's kind of too late anyhow. Yeah, I'm still trying to get my face mask on. Anybody that shows up today, I appreciate you guys. Especially anybody that's managed to sit through this. Mamuntag tiran. We've got the Tricycad crew out here.
You wanna ride tricycle?
Huh?
You wanna ride tricycle?
Later.
Okay.
That I do ride periodically with them. It is kind of cool and fun. But yeah, I know today I'm back in the neighborhood again, but I'm gonna go down and fly drone from at least one, if not two different spots. That I think I should have enough opening to safely fly it without stirring up too much attention to doing so. So I'm hoping. But what happened this morning is I actually made a video of it that I'm still gonna post, but it seems to be useless information at this point. that, well, not useless, that it's the same pattern, just the particular bill I was paying, you can't pay online anymore. Mamuntak. Oh, cool. You can't see it, but I can. That window's actually polarized. I got cool polarized sunglasses on today. Yeah, I got the cool polarized sunglasses on today. But I don't wear sunglasses terribly often, but when I do, I try to get the polarized sunglasses to really help cut down on glare. And that's the big thing that I prefer to cut down on. Matter of fact, I usually get the amber or yellow tinted sunglasses because the other ones are just too dark for me. I don't like them. But anyways, I was trying to pay our PLDT bill online. And since we've moved in, I've been paying it on Lazada. Even made a really cool video about paying the bill on Lazada. Because you've got to pay it on the app. You can't pay it on the computer. Well, now you can't even pay it on the app. But I went on to pay it today and it's gone. And I went back in the previous orders and tried to get to it that way. And they said that the seller's no longer on Lazada. So I guess I got to drop back 10 and punt. The one thing I did notice, because I did look, is, and I looked previously too. I prefer to pay bills online. One, it gives an electronic trail. Two, we get really good rates with a credit card. And then on top of it, that it's just way simpler than waiting through lines here. When we moved in, PLDT was the only one that would accept the payment online. When I was trying to search around and figure out what was going on and seeing if I was just hitting a wrong tab or something, I noticed both Vico, Vasine Electric Company, and the Maricopa County, Metro Cebu Water District. There is a Maricopa County Water District. So MCWD to me has always meant Maricopa County Water District. There is a glitch for me. But I noticed that both of those were online, the electric and water bill. So although we're going downtown today, or going to Ayala today, and probably going to pay them, I'm going to look online as well to pretend paying them, basically seeing if it'll accept the numbers and everything else. And we might be able to start paying both of those online. Hey, one of the Christmas paroles. We got to figure out how to get a nice parole. I kind of like the Christmas decoration. But at the same time, I don't want to get a whole lot if we're not going to be here next year or for the next few years. So trying to carry a lot, reconcile a bunch of different things together to decide what to do. Also try to navigate this and not get run over. They just poured some concrete. I like their cones. I've got my glasses with me so that I can read comments whenever I get in the shade. But until I start seeing comments, I'm just going to use the sunglasses. That I got a text on my other phone. That one I may need to go back and check out in a little bit.
Hi, good morning.
Mayang buntag. See, that looks like a cool old apartment building, and I've never found where the entrances are or anything else, so. And looking at it on Google Maps, I didn't see any information about it, so I don't know. What's funny is at the other end of this street is a one-way sign. Going that way, actually. That, yeah, traffic laws here in the Philippines are kind of a loose suggestion at best, and really loose. The sun is coming up beautifully this morning, or the sun's coming out beautifully this morning at least. Ma'am, buntak po. Kumusta ka? That I see a second comment. I gotta go break out the glasses. That, yeah, even with the sunglasses on, I still can't read the comments. Partly because of vision issues, just partly because of oh, there's two more comments. My buntag, Ma'am Jessa. My intent was to go back to the area you and Cindy were from today, but due to unforeseen circumstances, that didn't happen. I do plan on going back there on Friday, though. So if there's any spot in particular you'd like us to check out, by all means, let Cindy know. My buntag. Oh. My buntag. Mahanga be Jojo Cracker. How you doing today? That we're kind of wandering the neighborhood. Got a rather late start, and I just noticed that. I'm not sure my finger's in the right spot. There's a big satellite dish. There's a full-size satellite dish on that house. Oh, there's another small, one of the more standard satellite dishes too. He must like his TV. Yeah, back here you can see it a lot better. That there's a, there we go. There's a full-size satellite dish. And one of the mini satellite dishes. Now, for all the traffic you see coming down the road this direction, the sign's kind of humorous. That we're gonna head out to that bridge over the Guadalupe River and just kind of check it out, check out the area. Now, I noticed this a while ago. I'm half tempted to call the number. It's a rather old sign about townhomes for sale. And so I'm not terribly sure if they're referring to this property or that property, because the sign is actually on this property. And this does not look like townhomes. That looks more like townhomes. So I don't know. When we were looking for the place, I started to do the real estate videos and kind of enjoyed doing them and liked the way that they were going. But after finding the place and trying to get settled in and everything else, they kind of fell by the wayside. And I've actually got one that I've got the video for, but I've never gotten back to and edited. So I need to get back and edit that thing. Now you see this a lot, where you've got a lot that has some building on it, but not much, and it's just vacant. Now these actually look to be really cool places. I wouldn't mind getting them. I wouldn't. There we go. These look to be really cool places. Here, before I get killed. There we go. Now these, we'll try this one yet again. These look to be pretty neat places. When Papa and I first walked up here, that middle one was for rent. And yeah, I thought about giving it a call, but didn't, and it's since got occupied. But again, they've got there we go, Christmas roll up. Like I said in the past video, that we're hoping that it gets somewhat back to normal before we wind up going back, just to experience what traffic is like in this neighborhood. Because right now, it's at a tolerable level. And if we could find a place, you know, I wouldn't mind staying here more permanent. You know, getting a place here in maybe Guadalupe, Benagua area. Yeah, I've done the silly thing again. And got traffic coming from behind. I don't like that. That for various reasons, I've seen these in the distance in the videos I get from Tow Chip, but they're in the distance, and I'm not comfortable flying that far away in that area yet. So I figured come down here and give it a shot, and still not going terribly far away with it. But hopefully you'll be able to see Tow Chip and a few other things like that too. One of the things that's going to be kind of goofy, because it's got a 400-foot ceiling from where it takes off. And I emphasize where it takes off, because a lot of people will go up on buildings and take off from rooftops. So their 400 feet starts there. Since we've went down, I don't know how far down we're actually at, but since we went down a little bit, I'm kind of concerned whether or not some of these trees might present an issue because of altitude limitations. Now on Google Maps, back up in that area, it looks to be kind of neat. I'm not entirely sure if it's a road though. And again, since I don't speak the language well, I want Papa with me, so that way there's somebody that can understand what's being said. We did that in Fuente Park, Fuente Circle. Mahang bundag pud. That I keep on meaning to bring water jug down and see how his water is. Now in the Google photo that I downloaded for the thumbnail, that building isn't there yet, but this one is. And I don't remember if I saw the the apartment building. I'm not even sure I want to know what kind of water that is. But they said that's going to be an apartment building, not a house. It's going to be apartments. Mahambun takbud. Balik ko. That I plan on standing somewhere in here and seeing if I can see the screen well enough, and flying drone from this basic area. That it should be tucked in there well enough that I should be okay. I'm not sure. That yeah, I haven't been called Joe terribly often. A lot of people know my name. That they actually know me. Yesterday, when we were stopped at the fruit vendor that we use, one of the Ninja van riders, one of the delivery riders, happened to see us in our multi-cab, and he told her, "Oh, you got a delivery today from Lazada," and so we made arrangements and he dropped it off with the store out front, and they let us know that it was there. This is the Guadalupe River. The other day it was flowing pretty well after all the rains, and as you can see, it didn't clear out the river bottom too much. But I'm kind of hoping to get some drone shot of this area just to see what it's like. My biggest concern with down there, especially right now, and I didn't get out here first thing in the morning like I said I wanted to, is it's going to be so sunny I can't see the screen. And I didn't bring my screen shade, so we may have to drop back 10 and punt. Now I just noticed that building way in the distance. That's a pretty good sized building too. Oh, through some triangulation and other methods, I managed to figure out where that big rock cut is. It looks to be a new high-end subdivision going in. There's a couple houses in there. They've got road layouts done. Yeah, I'm also looking in this area to see whether or not I could take off safely. Yeah, because right now I can't see the screen, the phone screen at all. And so that's kind of what I'm worried about, is when I tip it up more and have the sun on it, I don't know if I'll be able to see it. And the drawback to being on the bridge like that, there's just zero shade right there. Right down by the house, there's an area that I might be able to sneak into. Down that way, there's a construction out here. Because going that way is a really big hill I don't want to walk up quite yet. If I can avoid that, I'm going to. Yeah, Jojo, that's one thing I am kind of concerned about. My muntak. That is definitely one thing I am kind of concerned about. Is the heavy traffic on that road. I was hoping one of these two side streets, this one, and you can't quite see, you can barely see a car that just went by. There's another side street over in that area. That I'm gonna kind of see if either one of these might be a little bit better just because of the traffic. That street has a lot of high dollar houses though, so I'm thinking that probably wouldn't be a great idea. With this big construction yard, without going in and getting permission, I'm a little concerned about trying to fly from here. And again, you're back in that situation. There's just no shade anywhere to help you see the screen. Although there's very little overhead lines too. And so doing one of these may wind up until Papa gets back. Just because of needing permission that I'm probably not going to be able to get without understanding the language better. And again, it's the same over here to this next street that I'll be showing you here in just a minute. There's enough high dollar properties and such in the area that I'm not sure how they would feel about me flying a drone in that area. That people here, somewhat rightfully so, tend to be a little nervous about stuff like that. My muntak. That this place actually looked to be a halfway decent rental, and I'd kind of like to approach them and see. Walking around a mud puddle. But yeah, these look to be pretty nice little rentals, but I'm not sure if, because it says rooms for rent. So I'm not sure if it's just that, rooms, or if it's actually rental in there. Yeah, that, from the looks of it, around the front, I'm pretty sure that's a private house. That, like I've said in the past, that this Guadalupe area, that there's some high dollar money in this area. And from talking with Papa, I guess it's old money too. A lot of this are older families that have had money, that are the more prominent families in Cebu. Definitely some very well-heeled individuals. Again, this area without a whole lot of trees and stuff would be a great spot. Yeah, you can see the blue multi-cab in the distance where we just came from. Mambudak. But that actually looked to be a pretty nice little place. I'm not terribly sure if there's more parking up that way. I just don't know. La Vita. But there's at least three apartments, if not more. And from all the meters on there, I'm thinking there's more. Because otherwise, to have the entire floor to yourself would be a little unusual. But in this, again, in this neighborhood, it wouldn't be unheard of either. And there might be more in the back that I'm not seeing. A lot of these families are, that they're definitely from that generation. When Papa and I walked up the hill and back down the main road that goes to the Capitol site, Papa pointed out one of the Aquino homes. And just out of dumb curiosity, I asked one of the people what it was, because it didn't look like a home's entrance. And that they said, yeah, that it's the Aquino family. That it's just a huge family estate. You see, back in here would be perfect to do this. But like I say, with all the higher dollar houses, trying to fly a drone in here, with Papa, somebody that could explain and you know, help people understand. No, I'm not taking video of your place. I'm over there to Guadalupe River and help them see. I would be very hesitant on doing something like that here, because it probably wouldn't be the homeowners that would come out. It would be one of their help or something like that would come out. And all of the homeowners from being well-heeled Filipinos would probably speak English pretty fluently. There's zero guarantee that the help would. The place we own, Dr. Lance, that his English is impeccable, that his English is very good. But most of his help don't speak any, that they don't speak any English. So it can make communicating with them a little bit of a challenge. A lot of pantomime or asking Cindy to help. Yeah. I love the name of the street here, Obedience Street. That I did a little bit of research on the Toe Chip clan, and I guess the Toe Chip family is, how do I want to say this, one of the minor prominent families here in Cebu. This is an empty lot of some kind. I'm not sure. And from the looks of it, that it is a complete lot that for whatever reason is completely vacant. Although again, like I've said, you can see that there were remnants of a building of some kind. But nature comes back in and takes over so quickly. It could be 5 years, it could be 50 years that it's been abandoned. Now, I'm not terribly sure how far this actually does go. I've still got good signal. And I'm assuming Cindy's watching. Oh, dude, I hope everything's okay. Daniel, welcome to this live stream today. I hope everything's okay with your friend. I'm going to tentatively walk down here a little bit just to see what's here. Okay, there's a gate right there. I don't know if you guys can see it on here, but there is a gate right there. I'm not sure if there's a guard shack or not, so. I'm seeing a really nice apartment house. Yeah, looks like an apartment house that that it's still under construction. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but here, this side is actually finished and possibly occupied even, and that side's unfinished yet. So, but dogs are starting to go nuts. I'm out of here. One I can handle. 4 or 5 get annoying quick. But again, that anywhere back in there would suck for drone flights, which is what I was actually looking for. Oh, cool. I don't know what this vine is, but I love the pretty flowers on it. All right, they quieted down. I'm better. Yeah, a couple of them still trying to make their appearance known. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think I'm actually going to start heading back to the area that I kind of a drop back 10 area. See, there's a couple of up on this hill. There's a couple of areas that look really nice. When we go to find a place, that's one thing we're going to have to do is either accept we're going to have to rent for a year to find a place, or get someone or a realtor or something in the area just beating feet in finding a place for us. Too many of these places are not listed anywhere other than a sign out front. Some of them flat out do not want realtors because of commissions and everything else. Some of them don't want realtors because they know the property's kind of sketchy. That if there is, I've never heard of it. Yeah, that's one thing I am really careful, Jojo, about here. These Ozcal can be, some of them are really timid, just very vocal. Some of them can be pretty aggressive. And a lot of these people that they encourage the Ozcal to hang out, or some will even adopt it and start feeding them for just exactly what happened, that they know there's going to be a ton of noise whenever anybody walks up. That they're kind of a burglar alarm for them. Again, if I understood language better and could communicate better, I'd probably stop and ask those guys that are doing the work. You know, hey, would it be okay to do a drone flight? You know, kind of stand in the shade over here and see it. You know, so I could see the phone and show them what I'm talking about. But again, with as limited as my communication is, I always question whether or not they completely understand what I'm asking. So, yeah, that's one thing that I am a little bit concerned about whenever I do stuff like that. Oh, has a park at Unit 7. So yeah, there must be way more than 3 units in there. That's a gorgeous house. I love that. It's an interesting addition. Oh. It looks like it's an addition, but I'm not sure. It might be a neighboring property. Mein Montag again.
Buntag.
Live streaming.
Ah,
Und
I-beam.
I-beam for,
I-beam for kuan.
oh, building here?
Oh. Two-story house.
Oh, very cool. Nindo kayo.
Oh.
Enjoy. Yeah, generally if you talk with people, that they're really good and they'll try to speak with you as much English as they can. And I try to speak with them as much Visayan as I can. And good God. A week or so ago when I was in here, something died. Something died and it left to rot. Oh. Yeah, definitely get out of the way. Yeah, just for shade and vision issues, I'm just gonna. They break for puppies. I'm just gonna head back to that area that I was talking about. I'm gonna come over here in the shade for a second, see if I can see if there's any new comments and show a little bit. I've been up that hill, and I've taken you guys up that hill a couple times. At the very top of it is an area that I might be able to, but it's crowded enough, and there's a gas station right there that I'm thinking I could go up and explain what I'm doing and get permission. And it's got an open enough area. And again, you're up at the top of the hill, so it's a lot easier to do the video. But what I'd do is I'd come down here on the Rusi and head up that way instead of walking that hill. Oh, they must be litter mates because there's another one. Yeah, and he hasn't quite figured out traffic yet. Yeah, again, I got traffic coming from behind me. I don't like that. And it's actually going to be a fair amount. That after I get more stable and regular and can post a few more, I'm gonna start calling up a few of these and explain, hey, I'm a vlogger. I enjoy doing these videos. It's a way for you to get your property advertised. It doesn't cost you anything. And I talked with that J Center JRC Visa Consultancy, and they said that the 13A should give me a lot of protection doing that stuff. Ma'am Jess, that so far I haven't, and I'm kind of going with that old philosophy of sometimes it's sometimes it's easier to get forgiveness than permission. I do know that the drone laws in the Philippines are pretty non-existent. That there's not a whole lot of rules or regulations as far as the Philippines is concerned. So as far as any barangays or anything like that, sometimes I'm just having to go with now that I'm going with it. Sometimes easier to get forgiveness and permission. Now down to Cindy's place, because I was going to be flying over the PMP training camp there, I did go over and talk with them, and they said, yeah, that it's cool, don't worry about it, just stay away from overflying the training camp itself. And so that's what I've always done, and have never had a problem with that. A couple of times there's been helicopters and stuff coming in for training exercises, and when I see them up in the air, I'll get the drone on the ground quick. One of the mornings I've got to come down here and check this out. It could be kind of cool for a drone shot. Mabuntag. Oh, traffic pa more. Mabuntag. Bagod balay. New house. That I don't know how to say building. Yeah, this Tupelo Flats is fairly new. I keep on swearing. Yeah, that's one of the few times I've been called Hey Joe. I keep on swearing I'm going to come back down here and try their water. That they say they do deliver, so may have to look into that one. Again, I'd like to take a walk up there. I need Papa. Yeah, one of the things that was really important for us, because of having both Sunshine and Rusi, these things are great, these little carandarias. The street food here in the Philippines is amazing. I don't do street food unless Cindy's with me, though. Unless we've been to the place a few times, I don't do street food unless Cindy's with me. Or Papa or Mama or one of the locals. But one of the big things that was super important for us when we were looking for places parking, because of having both Rusi and Sunshine, we knew that parking was going to be a little bit of an issue. And, you know, fortunately we were able to find some place that had decent parking. And, yeah, it's been great, so. Noisy puppy. See, right here in this area wouldn't be too bad either for taking off with a drone. There's not too much overhead, and I'm thinking I could find a place to get up after I got a few feet off the ground. Huh? But yeah, that's actually a big worry about trying to find a drone launch site, is getting through the spaghetti monster in the sky. See, down a lot of the side streets that there'd be less traffic. You've got a huge spaghetti nest, because every utility uses that spot. And I could probably give you a couple of reasons why, but overhead utilities just aren't done much here. I mean, underground utilities just aren't done much here. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, when they come up and ask motor, they're asking if you want to ride. It took me a second to realize what he was asking. And see, again, I'd love to get some shots around here. And because of some of the utility going straight down to get to the sites down there, it's even hard finding a spot to go out with. And the other huge problem, now that is high tension line right up there. And so I don't know what voltage, what voltage you're using, but it could be fairly high to the point where you don't want to be too close to it. That and standing right underneath it is going to screw with that signal horribly. So yeah, even in this area, I could probably get out by coming, by taking off somewhere in here and coming up to a decent height and then heading out through this opening. But if you needed to use a return to home or something like that, you could be screwed. So, yeah, when scouting out drone locations, I've learned a couple of hard lessons. Scared the snot out of myself more than once, which is part of the reason why I'm a little hedgy about flying drone in this congested of an area. But I do want to get some decent cityscape shots. So I just need to try and find a better, more open spot to land, take off and land. If I can get some decent drone video up, posted to demonstrate, be able to demonstrate what I'm doing. I would be much more willing to ask Doc, hey, take a look at what I'm doing. I'd like to get some more, video, but it's hard finding spots that are open enough. Do you have a commercial building that has roof access that I could go to? I'll even do some drone work for you guys if that's what that's what it takes for an exchange. May buntag. May buntag, amigo. That one of these days, just out of dumb curiosity, and again, it's going to take Papa being here with me. I half-heartedly like to do a live stream from one of the Tricycats. But I think that might be kind of a cool little topic to do. I see a couple comments, just enough glare that it's hard. One of the workhorses in the Philippines. Now, everyone that's on, don't forget Monday, we're going to be doing the office Zoom meeting. There we go. Oh, wow. I missed a whole bunch of comments. You'll have to give me a second. Jojo, here in Cebu, especially here in Guadalupe, where I've gotten to know a lot of people, I don't get called Joe that often. It's mainly situations like that back there where the construction workers were, where it's people I just don't have a clue with. There we go. A little better tucked out of the way. Let you guys watch down their road. If you look at the Ma'am Jess, that the bridge that I just walked over was the bridge over Guadalupe River. Tupelo Flats is the apartments that I was walking by. I was talking about the water. Yeah, Jojo, the power lines here that nobody, I don't even know if they do underground utilities here at all. I don't remember seeing a ground transformer or anything like that, so I don't think they do. And the way buildings go up here, if you did, I could see somebody putting a building over top of it too quick. Daniel, I actually just wait until the app shows that it does have strong signal and is flying on GPS, not visual mode. That I let the app make the decision on when to take off for me. That I'm not sure if I'm not sure how many they require before the app feels comfortable flying GPS. Because if all else fails, once when the app recognizes there's enough GPS, if it completely loses signal, and I've done this once, it waits 30 seconds or so, and then we'll come back. We'll immediately start a return to home sequence. And I've got mine set up to do 100-foot ceiling to come back to home. That way it should clear any trees and such. But again, here, especially like back there, at 100 foot, it may not clear trees because it started out at such an altitude deficit. Because of starting out there at the river bottom and having the hill on both sides. Yeah, I could see myself getting into a little bit of trouble with the elevation issue. And there again, you know, here wouldn't be too bad because you do have a pretty decent open area. But like back there, if it started to come down, it's got to fight all these power lines to get back down. And so depending on where you were at, it might be a challenge to get back down, especially if it's in a return to home mode. And whether or not it would find signal in time for you to do a manual landing and correction, I don't know. And I don't want to find out. Again, down this way, my mundag. I don't know if you can see it. It's fairly small, but you can see the pole and the... Let's see if I can see my finger. See if I can see where I'm pointing at. You can see the pole and the cross arm come out. That there's a couple of high tension lines that run pretty high. But they run right over the center of the street. So... again, taking off, that they're high enough, I could get up, you know, rooftop level and go over to come up, but coming back, especially in return to home mode, it doesn't do that. It comes over and straight down. Well, straight down could be very detrimental if it doesn't see those lines, and there's a real good chance that it won't because they're so small. That I've got a video of it, of an antenna tower that we were up at the top, so it's just the small antenna, and I flew within a couple feet of that thing. That forward sensors never picked it up. They never found it. And Cindy happened to see it and cautioned me, but by the time she did, I was actually past it. When I went back and reviewed the video, that you could see my muntak. That yeah, you could see the pole just on the edge of the video, that it was way freaking too close. And the Mavic Pro had okay obstacle avoidance, you know, not the best, but it was okay for what it was, and it was definitely just forward. But it should have picked that out. It should have warned. It should have warned, but it just didn't see it. It was too thin of an obstacle. So trying to come down through this rat's nest, I'm not 100% comfortable. Man, what the? I'm not 100%. There we go. I'm not 100% comfortable that it would see enough to do a landing like that. And even down here, because you're standing right under these power lines, I'm not sure how much interference they're going to give for taking off. So I may need to go further out and explore. I may try, I don't know, I may try it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I'm actually gonna head back to the house. That I realized I did forget one thing. I do have a screen shade. And so I may just do some toe chip video again. I kind of want to get a little bit better flyover of the area behind us. That section right there, where it looks like they're doing some site prep work, and see if I can get a little bit better angles on that to get a better idea of what they're building, if they're building something. And I'm just gonna go back there and fly, and that way I can take out and check out the how well that sunshade actually does work. And if it doesn't work, you know, I can just put everything back in the box and go. Mambuntak. Yeah, here a lot I get called my friend. Mambuntak. But a lot of these tricycle drivers know me. Like I say, I've done a few times. I'll have Cindy help remind me, and I need to get it written down. I'll come out kind of joking, yeah. Hey, who wants to give this fat Tacano a ride? Now, Papa and I went down this one. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I'm also scoping out how much overhead stuff is in that area, whether or not I could sneak down there and do it. Mahangut to put. That I guess it's afternoon actually. Yeah, Jojo, there would definitely be a lot of technical flying getting out of these. Remember? There would definitely be some challenging technical flying. Tomorrow morning, just out of dumb curiosity, I'm going to take the Mavic Air and probably get it a little bit above head level. Not very far because of all the wires. And just play with it and see what I can do and how well it'll track and follow and all that fun stuff. Walking down the street and such. I'm a little hedgy about taking it out right in our neighborhood. Flashy displays of wealth are never a good thing anywhere, and especially so here in the Philippines. So a lot of the toys and stuff I try to do either in tow chip, out of sight, or away from the area to where people don't know me, so that that you're not advertising too many toys. See, down in that area wouldn't be too bad. It would give me the elevation I need, and just the other side of those trees is the Guadalupe River that I want to fly. But there's a couple of high-dollar houses right there. And since I'd need to take off right in front of them, again, I'd want Papa here that can communicate what I'm actually doing, and that I know we're not videoing your house, that we're just flying a drone and taking some video of the river. And they could come over and check it out and see. And, I'd gladly give them, share them a copy of the video. But we are back here at Tow Chip Compound. Buntag put. I don't know why I said buntag food, but I'm not sure how old those satellite images are. Buntag. I'm not terribly sure how old those satellite images are. The street view image for this area is, the newest one is 2018, and Tow Chip Compound is a brand new subdivision, or a brand new house. If you go back to the 2015 one, Tow Chip is, matter of fact, the meters aren't even installed yet. So these places are less than 6 years old. But yeah, right behind that wall, there's a huge lot. There used to be, that road that I walk out, there used to be a path that went out right by the Guadalupe Church. And when the current developer, current owner of that property bought it, that they walled it off, and you can no longer get out that way. And I've actually went and explored the other end of it, and the other end is just as tied up. So I'm gonna try the drone from here and see how it goes. But I truly appreciate everybody that decided to join me today. It was a really neat walk. Didn't quite turn out like I expected, but you know, it's been a lot of the experience here this trip. A lot of it just hasn't turned out quite the way I've expected it to. So, from Toe Chip Compound, mabuhay.